So how's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another video. Now today I want to go over my trades from the last 2 days because I took a handful of trades and I ended both of these days at break even. So I want to walk you through the live recording from this morning and show you what trades I took and why I took them and possibly what I could have done better. And I'll also show you the current status of my Apex account and where I'm at with that. And then I will also show you my screenshots from my trades from yesterday. So anyway, let's just get into the video from this morning, and I will show you my first trade of the day, which I believe was like 30 minutes after the open. So if I skip ahead a little bit here, you can see the ES made a move down, and it made a move back up into the 50% retracement of this move. So you can see right there I got short with 2 micro contracts, placing my stop just above the 73 level. Now if I go over to Thinkorswim, I can show you what I was watching. Now first I'm going to zoom out to the 1 hour to show you the levels I was watching this morning. Let's actually go to the 15 minute, it might be a little easier to see. And it was this 4270 level. You can see this was the low of the day from like the past 3 days. So this was definitely a level worth keeping on watch today. So now if I go to the 1 minute to show you where I took this trade. Now I'm kind of surprised this trade didn't work out because there was just so many confirmations. There was a break and retest of this key level. Plus I'm going to redraw the fibs here so you can see what levels I drew them from. I took this pivot high to this pivot low. The market pushed back up into the 50% retracement, and it also rejected the VWAP. So I figured if I go short here, it's definitely worth a shot. So now to go back to the video and just kind of show you how this trade played out. If I just fast forward, you can see it chopped around for a few minutes. And then about a minute later, it stops me out. You can see right here, ES is pushing back up. It just blew right through the VWAP and the key level. And yeah, right there I get stopped out. And I take a $27 loss. Now, I was not too worried about that small loss because I know that it can easily be made back. But it's just funny because I think something very similar happened earlier this week. Yeah, I believe it was just a liquidity sweep because if we go to Tuesday, you can see we had the prior day low here. Then right when the market opened, it aggressively broke this 4270 level, but then it reclaimed it very quickly, and then it went straight up from there. So I believe this is a good example of a liquidity sweep. I'm sure there were a lot of stops, a lot of orders here, and big institutions used this as liquidity, bought it back up, and then it went up from there. And something very similar happened today. And yeah, I believe that is why this level did not hold. Lots of stops probably got hit here, and then it got bought back up, and it went straight up for like the rest of the day. So that's something to be mindful of, because it is very easy to be used as liquidity, and it's just hard to avoid that sometimes. So now very quickly after this trade, I kind of realized the market was just slow grinding to the upside. You know, if I skip forward, you can see we're just starting to make higher highs, higher lows. And just knowing that we got back above that support level, and then we had quite a few points before the next supply zone, it kind of made me think it was going to be a trend up day. Now I should have gotten long on the market a lot sooner than I actually did, but I was looking for a pullback. And if I go back over to TOS, yeah, I believe this was the trade I wanted. So if I take the low to this high here, you can see that the 50% retracement lined up beautifully with this key level, which is also pre-market high. So I wanted a retest of this level, and my plan was to go long off this level and catch a move up into the supply zone. But there was really no weakness in the market today. So these little pullbacks just kept getting bought back up, and we just did not have the selling pressure to get a move back down to this key level. So I missed all the upside on the NASDAQ today, but I did catch a piece of it on the ES once I got back above this supply zone. So if I go back to the recording and just skip forward a little bit, I can show you where I took this trade. Yeah, so it was at about 9:50 a.m. If I go back over to Thinkorswim, go to the 1 minute chart, and you can see we were above this supply zone, and we made a beautiful little bull flag here. And I do like to take flag patterns when they're at key levels, so I thought it was worth going long here. So if I go back to the recording, you can see, yeah, as soon as this candle closes and this next candle starts to go up, I go long with just one contract. Now, definitely could have taken more size on this trade, and I should have. I guess I also was maybe planning on adding, maybe if it broke below this level and then reclaimed it. But I just wanted to hold a runner because I knew that we had a lot of room to the next supply zone. Yeah, I held this trade for quite a while. I believe I put my target right around the 90s. Then I switched to the 5 minute time frame. I just walked away from my computer, and you can see as I'm fast forwarding here, this trade does go in my favor. I held it for quite a while, and it took a while to hit my profit target, but if I keep on skipping forward, you can see we did pull back on the 5 minutes to the 9 EMA. Could have added there, just didn't really think it was worth it. So now if I skip a little bit more, yeah, so at this point I have my stop at break even. Now I'm really not fighting for much here on one micro contract. But I knew that if this trade hit, I would be back to break even on the day. And so yeah, I just wanted to catch a piece of the upside move. And you can see it looks like I'm about to get filled here. And yeah, when that next candle opened, we got it filled right at the 90s. So that little trade brought me back to break even on the day, which I mean, I guess it's better than a red day, but still not really finding the greatest trades ever. So now to show you the screenshots from yesterday. Basically, the ES came down to the pre-market lows and broke the pre-market lows, but reclaimed it. And then I entered long. I went long off this 1 minute higher low that was put in. It started to get a little move in my favor, and then we got stopped out at break even. And yeah, then I just went for the trade again off this little bullish engulfing candle, and I got stopped out just a few minutes later. I thought it was worth giving it a shot to see if this is going to be a V recovery, and unfortunately it just was not. But then I caught another trade a few minutes later, and it was a decent short. Now this was with the overall trend of the market, and basically I took this pivot high to this pivot low, and the market started to push back up into the 50% retracement and the VWAP. I definitely thought there'd be a ton of resistance there, and these candles started to look really weak, so I got a starter position here with just one contract. And my plan was basically to add 2 more if we pushed back up into VWAP and then started to reject. And I never got a chance to add. But this still gave me quite a few points in my favor. We did a break and retest of the pre-market lows. Then I moved my stop down to right above the pre-market low. And unfortunately, it came back up, stopped me out, and then it went lower. But I mean, we were stopped out in profit, so it was really nothing to complain about. So after those 2 or 3 trades, we were at break even on the day again. So yeah, been kind of a slow week, honestly, but I'm going to do my best to have a better day tomorrow. So now if we take a look at where my Apex account is at now, we are unfortunately in the red. And yeah, it's definitely slightly disappointing because I was up $500 or $600 just a few weeks ago, and things really just kind of took a turn for the worse, but I've really been trying to fix my mistakes, and I'm trying not to blow the account. Now the thing is that my renewal date is the 13th, so I really just have a few more days before my next payment date. And if you did not know, I believe Apex will give you a free reset if your account is in a failed state when you make your next payment. So I'm not saying I'm going to completely YOLO everything, but considering I'm back in the red and the trailing threshold is now becoming a threat, I might put on some size tomorrow and Monday. And if we do end up hitting the threshold or the max loss, it's really not the end of the world, because if I fail the challenge when I make my next payment in a few days, it will just automatically reset. So yeah, if I see a good setup tomorrow, I'm going to try and put on some more size. So that is all I got for you guys today. I hope you are enjoying these futures trading videos, and if you have any advice for me, please feel free to leave it in the comments below, and I would love to read it and reply to you. And yeah, I'm just going to keep on doing my thing, keep trading, keep making videos, and hopefully by the end of the summer, maybe even by the end of the year, I will hopefully have passed the Apex evaluation and earn a funded account. So we will see how it goes. So that's it for today. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.